Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Blue Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary
The new boy in the neighborhood lives downstairs and it's understood. He's there just to take good care of me, like he's one of the family. Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights. And I see I want Charles in charge of me.
Hey guys, welcome back to Burgundy Blue Commentary. I want to talk about Charles in Charge because an actor has stepped forward again. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get into Alexander's statement he made on TikTok today. Now, if you didn't know, Charles in Charge, popular 80s show, sitcom, starring Scott Baio, and they went through a lot of controversy with allegations against Scott Baio. And now, one of the actors that definitely made the allegations and supported his co-star, he's saying he can't get any work at all and he's ready to get back into acting in Hollywood. Let's take a listen.
Hi, my name is Alex Polinsky. I was a child actor on the show Charles in Charge. That was many years ago, and I didn't have the best experience on that show, and it led me to sort of years of depression and pain. But now I'd like to reclaim my acting career. I'm not talking about making a lot of money. I'm just talking about working. I'd like to work. But people that know me and know what I've been through may see me as damaged goods. I had one producer say, "So if somebody insults you on the set of my movie, are you gonna tell on them in public, Which is really disheartening because the things that I experienced with the stars of my show was child abuse, physical, mental, and sexual abuse. And men, when that happens to men, young men, boys, they're not given the same care as everyone. I told my family and they didn't do anything. I told my friends, and in the acting world, a lot of them were experiencing some of the same things. So I guess this is a call for help. I need representation. I need an agent, and no matter how many I call or send my resume to, no one wants to talk to me. I'm on all kinds of cartoons and animated shows. I'm a member of SAG and AFTRA. I've starred in movies and TV shows. There's something about this time in the world where I'm feeling like I'm a little irrelevant, which I don't want to take to heart. I still can do my job. I know that when I'm older, I'm probably going to be an acting teacher, write books, or just make visual art, because that's what I like to do in my spare time, maybe take care of animals. But for the next 10 or 20 years, I really want to act. And I don't know who's out there who's willing to help me. And I promise that if someone gives me a chance, I'm not going to squander it. I'm a hardworking artist. So if anyone out there in TikTok land knows of an agent or manager or a lawyer that would deal with me fairly, I'd really like to meet them. And if somebody wants to take a chance on me, I just don't think they're going to be disappointed. I like working together with people. I work well in groups. I enjoy making art with other people. I'm not an abusive person. A lot of you have told me that I've made you laugh and I've made your kids laugh and given you joy for years. Teen Titans, Ben 10, Teen Titans Go, Monster High, Minions, Krampus. You've probably heard my voice and you didn't know. That's okay. I really don't do what I do for recognition. I do it because it's the art that I love to do. It's the art I was trained by my family to do. So if you know someone, would you please send them my way? I don't care if it's a small agency with not a lot of people. I just want a chance, to spend the second half of my life doing what I love. Do you know what that's like? Do you know what you love to do? If I knew what you love to do and I could give you a chance to do it, I would. That's the kind of person that I am. I was famous when I was a kid, but I'm a normal person. As normal as you can be. Look, I've got a pimple right here. We're the same. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I'm putting this out into the universe. I really would like to act again. But I need someone to give me a chance. Thanks.
So if you didn't know, Alexander stood up to defend his co-star Nicole Eggert, who said that she actually did have relations with Scott Baio, but however she was 17, so it was under the age of consent. Okay, so Scott Baio actually he started suing everybody. Child, wait, Scott, before you come over here.
I got some clothes. I got some jewelry. The rest I got tied up in the business. I ain't got nothing else.
So a lot of Nicole's co-stars came forward and said, yes, we did witness some abuse happening on the set. And they felt like Scott Baio were their boss. He was a little older. He should have been more responsible. And they were just really enamored by this superstar, and they went with it. Scott Baio, he feels a different way. He felt like Nicole and him had a consensual relationship, and he leaves it at that. LA decided not to press charges against Scott Baio. So the district attorneys, they did not press charges against Scott Baio. If you didn't notice, now he's running around during the presidential election, making sure he say things about his candidate, right? But that left the co-stars who did fight for Nicole and their rights, that left them in the whims where no one wants to work with them anymore. I would love to know what you think about this. Scott Baio did fight the allegations and seemingly won. You guys, let me know your thoughts. Let's look at this Megyn Kelly interview as well.
Beginning when she was just 14 years old. He strongly denies that allegation. Also joining us is her attorney, Lisa Bloom. Great to see you both.
Thank you.
All right, so let's just get back to the incident where you both agree you had sexual intercourse. The dispute is over what age it was. Are you, just to clarify, are you now claiming that you were not a willing participant in that exchange?
I was a willing participant to an extent. There was a lot of manipulation that went into it. It wasn't a hold me down, rape me kind of situation. Yeah. No, not at all. But I was 17.
Right, okay, because when we hear you on the tape, you're talking about how you wanted to lose your virginity.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the moment of the show and the vibe of the show, and I just wasn't ready to tell my story. I just wasn't.
Mm-hmm. But were you upset after that incident, or were you fine with it?
Oh, it was upsetting. It wasn't a good experience at all. And
did you initiate it, or did he initiate it?
He initiated it.
Because he says you went over to his place and seduced him and any red-blooded American man.
It was at my house, first of all. It was at my house, in my spare bedroom. He laid down a towel, and it happened there. So that's the God's honest truth.
And was Charles in Charge still being, was it still on the air?
Yes.
It was still being shot?
It was still being shot.
And is there any doubt in your mind that you were under the age of 18?
No doubt in my mind. And in fact, he didn't treat me well on set after it happened. He was quite mean to me afterwards, so.
Can I ask you, Lisa, as the lawyer, the age of consent is 18, so yes. Whether she, quote, wanted to do it or not,
right.
She's not able legally to consent.
Right.
But it was a long, long time ago. So is there a statute of limitations problem on any criminal repercussions,
so
potentially?
She definitely has options, and she got some bullying letters from his lawyer, and that's why she brought me in. She has a possible civil case because it's a long statute of limitations when you were under the age of 18 when the sexual abuse occurred, and that's what it is, sexual abuse. As you say, age of consent, bright line, age 18. Mm-hmm. Also in California, the police are taking reports of older stories like this, and within 1 year of a report of child sexual abuse, they can still prosecute. She also may have a defamation defamation cause of action against him for calling her a liar. So all legal options are on the table at this point.
Are you going to file a police report?
We're discussing what the options are. He's asked me to.
Yes, Scott Baio says to you and to your castmate, who I'm going to get to in a second, if you've got a problem, go to the cops. You don't go to social media.
So that he might just get what he wishes for.
But, you know, victims may not want 2 years, 3 years of slogging through the legal system, you know. So those options are available to her. And, you know, he keeps pushing that button. You should go to the police. I've gone to the police with another accuser against another high-profile guy. They are very sympathetic, and they are taking these reports. So I think
But just because it doesn't... It may or may not rise to the level of criminality if it happened, but we've been having a discussion on this show for a lot of months now about harassment and power imbalance and abuses of power. So not everything has to be a criminal case in order to be a tragedy,
And he
in
was
order
her
to be
boss.
something for which someone should be held accountable. Again, Scott Baio denies any of this. I just want to underscore. We did invite him to come on, and he's still welcome to come on and give his defense live, and where I would question him as I'm questioning you. Let's talk about your castmate. I don't know if y'all remember that show, Charles in Charge, right? She was amazing, and she had a brother and a sister on the show. And the young man who played your brother, Alex Polinsky, another star of the show who played one of Charles was sort of like the nanny, who played one of the other children, put out this tweet, which he then deleted, but has told us he stands behind. We've spoken to him directly, and he is reasserting its substance. Here is how it reads. For 30 years, I've held in the embarrassment and shame of being abused daily on the set of Charles in Charge. I had to watch other children be abused as well. It was devastating, destroyed me personally, and made me an angry person for many years. I'm not embarrassed anymore.
In Charge actor has come out with sexual abuse allegations against Scott Baio.
Alexander Polinsky says he accidentally caught Baio sexually abusing his co-star and was then subjected to humiliation. KCAL9's Tom Wade is live at LAPD headquarters tonight with the latest on these accusations. Tom?
And Jeff, I can tell you this is the second actor to now come forward with accusation against Baio. Eggert, one of the other actors, already spoke with LAPD investigators. But right now the big question is what happens next, because Polinsky's saying he wants an apology.
I was sexually harassed by Scott Baio and ultimately assaulted by him between the ages of 12 and 15 years old.
And emotional Alexander Polinsky appeared alongside attorney Lisa Bloom and former co-star Nicole Eggert to describe what he claims was humiliation and sexual abuse at the hands of Scott Baio. Polinsky says Baio began to torment him after he accidentally walked in on Baio, assaulting co-star Nicole Eggert.
In the first year of the show, I was 11 or 12, I observed Scott with our co-star Nicole on his lap backstage. I was so naive, I innocently hopped on his lap, expecting to hear a story about Fonzie or Happy Days. Instead of telling us a story, Scott immediately threw me off him and began angrily calling me
Polinsky says the abuse intensified.
Tried to convince me that I was unlovable, defective, and branding me with the most vulgar words for homosexuals that exist.
Eggert several weeks ago first accused Scott Baio of sexual assault during her time on Charles in Charge. She backed up Polinsky's claims.
Our innocence was robbed of us.
Scott is denying each and every one of the allegations that they've made.
Baio's attorney read a statement written by Baio.
For reasons I don't understand, I am the target of false claims that threaten everything that is important in my life. I'm hurt and I'm angry. But mostly, I am stunned that anyone could be so cruel.
And Baio's attorney says there will be no apology because Baio has nothing to be sorry for.
Guys, so that was 6 years ago. Alexander still is out here without work, and he just wants people to believe that he's a hard worker. And as long as you're doing right, he has no problem with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Scott Baio was cleared of the charges. Let me know your thoughts. Is Hollywood shutting Alexander out just because he was vocal for his co-star and himself? Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.